You take a week away from the business, not a holiday exactly, a conference, a family thing, something you couldn't move, but a week where you're not in the building, not in the inbox, not available the way you usually are. And when you come back, there's a queue. Decisions that waited because no one felt they could make them. Client questions that just sat there because no one else felt sure of the answer. Work that slowed because a question came up mid-project and the team didn't know what to do without you. A week's worth of things that could only move when you were back in the room. Now, that's not a business that values you. That's a business that depends on you, and those aren't the same thing. In the last video, we looked at the difference between growing and scaling, a business getting bigger and a business getting more efficient as it grows. And we asked a question: what keeps most founder-led businesses on the wrong side of that line? This next set of videos answers it. It's called Why It Breaks. It covers the things that keep founder-led businesses stuck in growing mode when they're trying to scale. Founder dependency comes first. It has to, because it explains why the other two are missing in the first place. Operational clarity, operational visibility. We'll cover all of those in videos 8 and 9. So, what is founder dependency? It's the condition where the business can't fully function without the founder being actively involved, making the decisions, delivering the work, holding the key relationships. Not the founder's ownership, not their authority, nor their vision or their values. It is their active daily presence. A business can be owned by one person, led by one person, and still not depend on that person. Because dependency isn't about ownership and it isn't about leadership. It's about whether the business can function when the founder isn't there. In a founder-dependent business, the answer is no, or not fully, or not at the same level. That's the definition, and it shows up in 3 ways. Decision dependency. The significant decisions route through the founder, strategic ones, commercial ones, operational ones. Not because the founder insists on it, because the team doesn't feel authorized to make them, or doesn't have the context, or even has learned that deciding without the founder creates problems. So decisions wait. That cue from the start of this video. Mostly a decision queue. Okay, delivery dependency. The quality of the work depends on the founder being involved. Not because the founder does all the work, they probably don't at this stage, but the standard lives in the founder's head. When they're in the delivery process, quality holds, and when they step back, it varies. The process is in the founder, not in the business. Relationship dependency. The most important client relationships are personal ones with the founder. The clients choose the business because of the founder. They stay because of the founder. And when there is a problem, they call the founder. And when there's an opportunity, they call the founder. The relationship isn't with the business, it's with the person. Most founder-led businesses have all 3 to different degrees, and they feed each other. Decisions depend on the founder, delivery depends on those decisions, and the relationships depend on clients trusting the founder because they trust the founder will personally see things through. Here is what it looks like in practice, not as a definition, as the things it actually produces. The email no one else felt they could answer, a client query, a supplier question, a commercial call, sitting in the inbox waiting for you. Not because the team couldn't physically reply, because they weren't confident their answer would be right. The proposal that waited, work that could have gone out, but it needed your eyes on it first. It wasn't because it was wrong, because it couldn't go out without being seen by you. That's delivery dependency, a quality gate only one person can pass through. The client who asked for you specifically, not the account manager, not the team, you, because the relationship is with the person and the client isn't sure anyone else can deliver the same outcome. The meeting that couldn't move, a decision needed making. The team was in the room, but you weren't available. So rather than decide, they deferred. Because they learned accurately that decisions made without you sometimes get revisited. These are structural outputs. This is what a founder-dependent structure produces, not because anyone else is failing, because the structure routes everything through one person. I want to say something directly here. Founder dependency often feels like validation. The clients want to speak to you. The team defers to your judgment. The business runs best when you're there. That feels like a measure of your value. And in one sense, it is. It reflects what you've built, the trust you've earned. But being indispensable isn't a measure of value. It's a measure of concentration. Everything sits in one place. In the early stage, that's right. That's how it should be. The founder is the business, their judgment, their relationships, their capability. That's what wins the first clients and delivers the first work. Concentration is the correct answer at that stage. At growth stage, the same concentration becomes a ceiling. The business can only grow as fast as one person can carry it. Every new client, every new hire, every extension of the service, all of it adds weight to a structure that routes through one person. And that person has a limit. Founder dependency is the predictable result of how founder-led businesses get built. The founder is where the business came from. Its judgment came from the founder. Its first client relationship came from the founder. Its ability to deliver came from the founder's expertise and commitment. All of that sitting in one person is not a mistake. It's how the business became what it is. The problem isn't that it started there. The problem is that it didn't change as the business grew. And most businesses don't change it deliberately because the founder is busy running the thing, because the dependency isn't visible until it becomes a problem, and because the things that reduce it, clear operations, visible systems, a capable and authorized team, take deliberate work to build. Here's the shift that matters. When you experience founder dependency as a personal burden, the fixes you reach for are personal ones. You're not delegating well enough. You're not trusting your team enough. You're not managing your time well enough. So it's time management, delegation training, or trying harder to let go. Although those aren't wrong, they are incomplete because the dependency is structural, and personal fixes applied to a structural problem give you limited and temporary results. When you see it as a structural condition instead, the predictable output of a business built around one person's presence, the question changes. Not why can't I let go, but what does this structure need to function without me? The question has structural answers, and the first of them is operational clarity. Clarity isn't the founder knowing what to do, it's making what to do knowable by others, written down, communicable, reliable enough that the business can act without the founder being the mechanism. And that's the next video. To sum up, founder dependency is when the business can't fully function without the founder's active daily involvement. It shows up in three places: decisions, delivery, and relationships. It's not a sign that you've done something wrong. It's a predictable result of how founder-led businesses are built. Right at the early stage, a ceiling at growth stage. And naming it as structural, not personal, changes the question. Not why can't I let go, but what does this structure need to function without me? That's the question operational clarity answers. In video 8, we look at operational clarity, what it actually means, what it takes, and why it's the first structural response to founder dependency. Clarity isn't the founder understanding the business better. It's the business becoming understandable to others. That's where the structural work begins. More at turnercore.co.uk, and the link is below.